Hi, my name is Lady J Huston. I play trumpet, I sing, I'm producer on my new album. I wrote most of the songs on the album, or co-wrote, and it's been a wonderful experience to finally make my first full-length album. It's a combination of music I've written many years ago all the way to today. And so I'm so excited to finally be able to get this music out and heard to the masses. I was fortunate, I say, to be born here in St. Louis. And one of the songs that so many people know is St. Louis Blues. So I lived most of my life actually in Las Vegas, but I never forgot and appreciated the roots of the blues from St. Louis. The gentleman that I toured with, I met here in St. Louis, is Mr. Albert King. And he has had a major influence on my career in general. So I am paying tribute to artists like him and my mother. She was a fabulous singer, and I started performing at 12 years old on shows with her as a dancer. So you'll see in some of my videos and at my shows, I also continue to dance. And I love the experience that I got coming from a musical family, not only my mother, but my aunt Joyce. The J in stands for Joyce, my mom's twin. So she was a comedian, my mom sang, and I danced on my mom's productions. My goal is to continue that legacy and honor the blues from here on out. One of the most important things I learned playing with Albert King is to make sure you are connecting with the audience. Another thing he said was, you get a solo, keep playing that same solo. I know a lot of people feel like you need to switch it up every time you do a show, but that was one of his legacies. That's why you have the Albert King sound, because he stuck with what he created. And I am trying to do the same thing with my style of music as far as being an instrumentalist. I'm doing what feels good to me, which is a smooth, soulful blues sound. So I'm just kind of following that tradition of touching the heart with the instrument. When I sing, I incorporate some of the Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah Vaughan, and I scat. I sing high notes, like I have a 4-octave vocal range, so I put that in there. So I stretch a lot more with the voice, and I do some of the things like Billie Holiday said, was making the voice sound like an instrument as well. The blues is so touching. When I first started playing the blues and listening to the blues, it seemed like it was all about sadness and sorrow. But I learned blues is fun too. So I just love that you can experiment with the different emotions that can be evoked from the blues. It has been something that's touched me, and I like that gospel music is incorporated into it. And so I just like to keep moving with the grooves of the gospel, the blues, and the soul. My sound is a mixture of all those genres, and of course, I incorporate jazz too. But the blues is the roots. What I feel is the roots of all of American music. The album was produced here in St. Louis. When I moved to Las Vegas, I added some additional parts there, and I wrote 2 of the songs with my manager from Las Vegas, Z. Lipsky. So I brought all of that music here to put together in St. Louis, and I had the 18-piece big band orchestration recorded originally with the St. Louis Blues Society with the Jazz Edged Orchestra. So that was a huge production. My main bassist on most of the tracks is Frank Dunbar, who I met when I was just 18 years old. He is the one who actually hired me to play with Albert King. So we toured together. Frank later played with my mom while I was living in Las Vegas. And when I came back to St. Louis, I was very ill. They didn't think I was going to survive. I was coming back to St. Louis to die. It turned out, good Lord had different plans in store. So Frank said, whenever you're ready, let me know, and we're going to put a band together for you. And that's what he did, which we debuted here at the National Blues Museum. So Frank is on just about all the tracks. And then I have guitarists like Daryl Bassett, Jason Cooper, saxophonist Lou Weiner III and Ben Schaefer, drums, Butch Lloyd, a lot of amazing musicians. And that's one of the things that I love about St. Louis too. No matter where I went around the country, if I said I'm from St. Louis, and I was like in immediately. St. Louis has a wonderful reputation for producing fabulous musicians. And the engineers, I'm loving those two. Marcus Leonard was my main engineer, and Jacob Dietering did the first cuts. And we then sent the music over to Chicago. Michael Frank organized with Jim Godsey to finish the mastering. Michael Frank has been valuable with Earwig Music in helping me learn the business of making a record. I knew how to put a band together, I knew how to write songs, but this process of actually putting it all together and getting it out to the masses, that has been a lesson mainly taught to me by Michael Frank.
Our love has come along. Our lonely days are over.